Hey guys, it's Alex C again with the Firearm Blog.
This is Patrick R from the Firearm Blog.
And we're here today with another video. It's a 5 guns video, and today's video category is 5 guns that give you the best bang for your buck. We've got here, actually you'll see more than 5 guns, but you'll understand why in a little bit. 5 guns that we believe provide the most enjoyment for your dollar.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're a new shooter or if you're an experienced shooter, maybe there's something you haven't seen or something you haven't messed with on the table. I'm sure that the most experienced of you probably either own or at least have shot most of what you see. As such, this will kind of be for newer shooters or maybe someone looking to get into the hobby.
Yeah, maybe even, a video to go ahead and push somebody over the top on buying a new firearm.
There you go. So let's go from our left to right. First of all, we're going to start with the venerable 1022 rifle. Actually, we both kind of brought our 1022s. We had mentioned it on the phone, and I didn't know he was bringing his, but it's kind of
pass that one over here.
Yeah, because we both got our customized 1022s, which are more or less almost the same build.
More or less. I've got a different barrel and optic on mine and a different charging handle, but other than that, they're basically the same.
And the reason that we both kind of built them the way we did is as suppressor hosts. He's a big suppressor guy. I wouldn't say I'm a big suppressor guy. I've got a 22 Ken that I love to put on this and shoot. It's a really accurate gun. The reason that we chose these is because
they're just stupid accurate, stupid fun.
Even factory, they're decent.
Yeah, they're reasonable. We have a friend that has one that he threaded the factory barrel on.
Yeah.
And he loves it to death.
And I will say the MSRP, what can you get these for new right now?
I think it's $189, right around there if you go ahead and shop around a little bit.
And if you see the one for $189, it's going to be a no bells and whistles model, but that doesn't stop you from turning it into this.
And those are just as much fun as these. These are just a little bit more accurate, and I'll be honest, I like that it looks pretty cool. That's really the only reason I did it.
And they're fun to tinker with.
Yeah,
Even if you have no experience working on firearms, you can get a 1022 and make it your own, just like you would a small block Chevy if you have a set of wrenches. I mean, they're that easy to work on. They really are modular.
Barrel changes on these are painfully easy. It's 2 hex head screws, and you just slide the barrel out, put a new one in.
Absolutely. And I think actually for a future video, it might be cool to have a 1022 showdown.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But anyways, that's the 1022. We really like these. Those who have them love them, and you'll understand, obviously, when you shoot one. They're a ton of fun, and we really enjoy them. But on to our next category here, which is a little different. And, that's one where we have 2 guns instead of 1. That's going to be black powder stuff. We've got 2 different black powder selections here. You're going to have the 6-shooter or the...
No, I want to feel like a pirate.
Okay, anyways, the reason we chose black powder pistols and the reason I have 2 is because you can get a black powder pistol for about $200 new. Used much less. I think this one was about $40, and that one, I think I got it thrown in on a trade one time. That's of course a flintlock. I believe a 65 caliber flintlock. And what's cool about black powder is that you make your own ammo so easily. For example, all these lead balls in here we cast out of lead wheel weights that we got from a friend who is a mechanic for a living. So you almost shoot for free. The only cost you have is the actual powder itself. Now you can make the powder, but then it's dangerous in the legal situation. I'm not sure what it is, but
I'm not either.
I know that you can do it, so that's there. But black powder stuff's a ton of fun. The only problem I have with it is cleaning it and loading it. But if you overcome that, it is cool. It shoots out a lot of smoke and is just a ton of fun.
Well, you mentioned making your own ammo for this, and when you say that, every time I look at that little bag, I think of that scene in The Patriot where he's melting down the little toy soldiers and making his own bullets. And
anything that's
I mean, even making the bullets is fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Some people might not enjoy it, but I think it's pretty cool. It feels cool to shoot a bullet that you have made, and I don't know. That's just a lot of bang for the buck. No,
I agree.
Everything goes for. But anyways, I'm gonna let you take this next category.
All right.
This is your thing here.
Yes, these are my favorite guns. Period. End of story. This is mine. Alex C's got his right here. You grab that from me. Every time I go out shooting, I must put 250 rounds through it, something like that. But I'll go ahead and I'll set it up like I normally do, because I don't think I've fired a single shot through this thing unsuppressed, and it must have right around 2,000 rounds through it, since I bought it. But it is just really accurate, really reliable, and really quiet. we joke whenever we go to some of our bigger shoots, whenever they call a cold firing line, that kind of means suppressed 22s now. But when we do go to this event, it's no one's downrange or anything like that.
It's a very impromptu, generally 4th of July machine gun shoot, and cold range is just to give your ears a break. So
pretty much. But on mine, I left the sight stock. I have a Silencer Coast Sparrow stainless steel mounted on mine. I also went ahead and went with I think we both did the same trigger modification. We got a Kirstein Sear. I think I'm saying that right.
Polished up the internals a little bit.
Yeah, we polished the internals a little bit. And
we eliminated the magazine disconnect, which helped a lot.
Yeah, we went to a Mark II bushing or whatever it is. And honestly, my favorite gun. Like I said, it must have 2,000 rounds through it over the last 6 months, maybe.
And what's the price on these?
I think I paid, I want to say $320 for mine. I got a really good deal on mine.
And that's for this version, which is high-end.
Yes, this is the 2245 Lite.
Now, a regular 2245 is much cheaper. They won't have a threaded barrel, but even if you don't have a threaded barrel, if you're not a suppressor guy, that doesn't mean they're not fun, guys. They're seriously so much fun. They work just like a top. I mean, they are incredible.
And we're focusing on the 2245s, but really any 22 pistol could be thrown in this category. I've got an M&P 22 that I absolutely love. That gun also has about 3,000 rounds through it, and I don't think I've cleaned it maybe 2 or 3 times.
Sure.
Reliable as a top.
The reason we chose the Ruger, I think, is just because it's a stand. It's been in the culture for so long. They have a great reputation, and you can find used ones for very.
And I think subconsciously you see me pull it out of my bag every single time we go to the range, without fail.
That's absolutely true.
So I mean, I think when we think 22 pistol, it's this gun right here.
Right. So, anyways, that covers Patrick's favorite gun, actually. So.
Yeah.
It's a great bang for the buck, and it's a great shooter.
Maybe we'll go ahead and, because you've got a Burris Fastfire mounted on yours, and I'm not a big fan of it, but maybe we'll go ahead and we'll do a little shoot off with these as well.
That would be cool. If you guys want to see that, or the 1022 video, we can definitely address that.
Please comments,
So, next up. This is kind of a broad category, actually. We just said 12-gauge shotgun.
So I went through my safe, and I found the cheapest one that I had that was 100% reliable, and it's this old Remington 870 Wingmaster Riot that I picked up at a gun show for about $220, 5-6 years ago.
It's probably stolen. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, no, this gun is awesome. Actually, Phil White, when I told him that Patrick had this, said that he had one when he was a police officer, and he wanted to make an offer on the gun. But I don't think Patrick's going to.
This gun will end up staying with me for the rest of my life. When I bought it, I went ahead and it had a little Houston Police Department property tag on the stock, and it's since worn off since they've shot it so much. But if I pull the little recoil pad off, it's got a really cool aluminum tag that says Houston Police Department's Aviation Unit, and I can only assume that it rode around maybe on the airport or something like that. I mean, I have no idea what it was used for. Actually, if you do know, please comment. If you're in Houston, if you're familiar with what that might be, that'd be great. I'd love to know.
I'd like to hear that information as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
if guns could talk, absolutely.
Yeah, but for $220, I mean, it's so much fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's not, you don't have to have a suppressor like you do on this. I mean, it's just so much fun. And the reason we chose generic 12-gauge shotgun, not to say this one's generic, is because you can do so much with them. You can hunt with them, you can skeet shoot, you can defend your home, you can just go out and blast watermelons and have a ton of fun. I mean,
yeah, and that is why I pulled the 870 out of the safe, because I came very close to bringing the H&R single shot. Cause you've seen me shoot some ridiculous stuff out of that gun.
Sure, it's like if you want to see the capabilities of what a 12-gauge is for, check out Demolition Ranch, the channel on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they are just an incredible amount of fun. You can do anything with them, and you can't break them. And if you do break them somehow, you can fix them.
Yeah, but back to the reason that I grabbed this one, you can buy replacement barrels for these really inexpensively and have one gun that does hunting, skeet shooting, home defense, and just a range blaster for under $400 or $500.
I would be so bold as to say that if I could only have one firearm, it would be a 12-gauge shotgun with a rifle barrel, a long barrel for dub, and then a short barrel for home defense.
I 100% agree with you on that. If there was one gun that I had to live the rest of my life out with, it would be a 12-gauge shotgun.
Absolutely. And why, man?
Yes.
is in that situation.
Yes. I think he has a Mossberg 500.
He has a Mossberg 500, and you guys should read his posts. He's our resident Nigerian shotgunner, and he is very, very cool. Very awesome.
Great guy.
Shout out to you, Wyman. But anyways, last gun we've got on the table. Everyone knows about this who's in the firearm community. This is a Mosin Nagant. Patrick, this is yours. I think
this is mine.
Yeah, this is an M39?
It is an M38, actually.
Okay.
It's a 1943 M38. I believe it is an Ishevek. Am I saying that properly?
I have no idea.
I don't either. My apologies if I got that wrong. But I cleaned up the stock a little bit and applied some boiled linseed oil because I just love how it looks. But if I take a Mosin out to the range, it's this gun. I've got 4 or 5 of them, and none of them are as handy to shoot and as much fun as this one. There's nothing more satisfying than getting a real good thump on the shoulder for 20 cents a trigger pull.
Absolutely, guys. You can get a can of 440 rounds for about $100. Mosin Nagants, I remember I bought my first one, which was an M44, for less than $100. They've since gone up to 140-ish or so.
I recently saw them for $189.
That's a lot of money for one, but that still is a good deal in today's world.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy, even if you paid $189 for one of these, and then I think the Square B rock solid mount, something like that. I forget who it is.
And we're also forgetting, guys, you don't have to buy from a retailer. Buy used, and you can still find them for.
Yeah, but I mean, my point being, even if you paid $189 and then you threw a $50 scope mount on it and a $50 scope, you've got a great rifle that you can take hunting, take a target shooting, and the ammo is really cheap.
Seriously, when I was when I was in high school and I decided I wanted a first gun, I actually set it on the Savage bolt action, but I quickly found out about these and I bought one, and I didn't realize how much fun it would be versus the actual scope 30-06 that I was shooting at distance. I wish I had gotten this first, because you can't break them.
No,
they shoot great. Ammo cost almost nothing. And the fun per dollar is there. Also, another cool thing I wanted to show you is these. It's a chamber insert that allows you to shoot 7.62 by 25 out of the gun. So if you don't want that big thump on the shoulder, if maybe you want to teach your child or someone else to shoot, it's a great alternative.
No, and this is a dead round in here. It's just a primed case. I'm not going to pull the trigger, but you just load it in like normal, and slide it in the chamber, and you now have a gun that shoots a pistol caliber. So if you have somebody that you want to train how to teach how to shoot a bolt action, this is a great option.
So anyways, guys, these are our picks for the 5 best guns that give you the best bang for the buck at the range. And any day at the range is a good day, but
a cheap day at the range is even better.
Yeah, and we'd really appreciate it if you guys would hit the subscribe button if you liked our video. We've got some really cool stuff on the way with the TFB TV project. So I'm Alex C.
And I'm Patrick R. with thefirearmblog.com.
Thanks for watching.